Marvel Studios was going to bring in Annihilus as the big bad of the Nova TV series. Now, the Nova TV series is canceled or on indefinite hold or being reassessed, whatever you will. Either way, though, they're not abandoning Annihilus. Instead, according to a report, they are expanding how important he's going to be going forward. So for those not aware, Annihilus was supposed to be the main villain of the Nova TV series, but since the series was put on indefinite hold and or scrapped, Marvel Studios has pulled back on using Annihilus for now, but it seems like they got future plans in place. So what's been reported recently is that essentially they've reassessed the importance of Annihilus, and instead of using him as a villain in Nova, and I guess the idea was to use him in Nova and then have him become somewhat of a bigger threat on a sort of a interconnected scale with Disney Plus. But since they're not spending 150 to 250 million on TV series anymore, they've pulled back on that. The idea is to build up Annihilus and the Annihilation wave down the road, and instead of becoming a one-off villain, he would first appear somewhere as Annihilus, and then the Annihilation wave, which was like, the Borg essentially conquering space, and that this would bring a bigger threat to Earth and the galaxy, and that Annihilus would have to be stopped by more or less Avengers, right? Now, this would make sense, to be real with you. Let's say that they save Annihilus for maybe the first Avengers villain after Secret Wars. So what if we finally get Avengers Annihilation eventually after Secret Wars, maybe 2030, 2031, or Avengers Annihilation Wave or something like that, and you can establish the character if they do Nova on Nova, but maybe somewhere else you don't know prior to that. I think that they could lay down the foundation and definitely do this, and that way you have a through line of building the character up and using him properly. So to me, this would work. And again, for those that aren't aware of who Annihilus is, let's quickly explain it before the end of the video. But before that, let me know, would you guys be down for Annihilus being the villain of an Avengers film? Annihilus, who made his first appearance all the way back in Fantastic Four Annual number 6 in 1968, has been a mainstay and a reoccurring villain for not just the Fantastic Four, but also the cosmic side and Marvel's Avengers multiple times throughout the decades. His origin takes him all the way to the Negative Zone, a pocket dimension that is located on Earth 616. Now, his origin is a little bit complicated, but to make things simple, he is a byproduct of a bunch of spores that crash landed on one of the planets in the Negative Zone, specifically the planet Erythos. Eventually, due to evolution and adaptation, one of these spore, over a long course of time, would evolve into an insectoid creature having higher intelligence, and then over the course of its evolution, it became Annihilus. His powers consist of slow aging process, energy blast, and most notably, molecular manipulation. He also owns the Cosmic Control Rod, which is a whole other can of worms itself that we don't need to get into, but it's a powerful weapon. The character has appeared throughout the decades in various different adaptations, from video games to, of course, television, and at one point he was even rumored to be appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but was ultimately replaced by the High Evolutionary. But Marvel has hinted at plans for Annihilus down the road. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.